Why is it so difficult to change culture? It's one of the most critical factors in business right now. A lot of people talk to us about, yeah, we need a culture change, or we need a mindset change, or we need some attitude change. And so pointing at something else needs to happen in our organization. We need to do business in another way. And culture change is a tremendously interesting request, especially when it comes from leaders down to the organization. And asking people to change culture is asking them to reprioritize their own personal values. And this is how it goes. Let's say I have 3-4 values that I find very, very important in my life, and I want to hold on to them because they have given me success during the years, and I'm familiar with operating this way. And I also know that the people who know me recognize me in this way. So it's part of my identity, and it's part of who I am, and it's part of how I work. Now, if you are my leader, you will say, we'll have a culture change. We want these values to be important to everyone. Now, if that doesn't fit my personal values, I'm going to be just a little bit skeptic. I need to know then why do we have these values? And what does it mean to me? What do you want me to do in this culture change? And why hasn't my values been taken into account to what is important to the company in the future? So I get all these personal questions about what is it that the company now wants from me. And if leaders are not able to understand and make the story of why do we need another culture, what is the new culture based on, and how is our existing culture represented in the new culture, leaders are going to have a hard time asking people to be energetic about this, because it can be perceived as some sort of a challenge for the way I operate. And we know that if there's nothing more personal than values, and if you ask me to be with you and change my values, I'm going to have to, first of all, understand the why and how, and I have to pretty much trust you that you are taking us in the right direction and that I am really part of what you see in the future. So if you can do that, if you can elaborate me on why these values were chosen, what it really means, what is it that you want me to do differently, and you can show me how is this different from the way you operate right now. So let's say one of the values in the new culture will be, let's say, responsibility. Responsibility may not be one of my top 4 or 5 values. Then what do I do? My job then is to pick up responsibility from wherever that is in my personal priority. And I need to read and understand what responsibility means in real life. And then I have to start to practice, because chances are that I may not be very good in actionable into responsibility the first time I do it. So the first time I may have to practice and do something that I think is responsible. Next time I will have to be a little bit better. I will probably get feedback from the team, but eventually, being more responsible, I will be better and better, and eventually this will be part of my operational everyday life. So I can practice until I'm good, until I am one of the people that will really impact how responsibility is filling our future culture. But it's hard because you are tapping into people's personal values and the way they operate and have been giving success over time. And that's why it's challenging.